गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Dear friends, we have completed the 7th mantra in the last class. We are in this Prashnopanishad, 3rd Prashna, 7th mantra. 7th mantra is completed in the last class. We have to start the 8th mantra. The last mantra which we read was अथैकया ऊर्ध्वम् उदानः ऊर्ध्व उदानः पुण्येन पुण्यं लोकं नयति पापेन पापम् उभाभ्यामेव एव मनुष्यलोकम्. So we have been seeing how this prana, this question is about prana, the origin of prana, how it gets distributed in the body, how it gets established, and then how it rises up from the body, and how it is supporting the both adhibhutam and adhidaivam. That is the overall question. So now, so far, it talked about the adhyatmam, where exactly it is located in the body and how it is distributed and who is the anugrahaka devata, etc., etc. Not anugrahaka devata, how is it distributed in the body and what is the bodily function. So that is what it said. For example, udana vayu, what is the function? Then hrudi, what is the function? Then so like that, it described the function. Now it is telling about the adhyatma and adhibhuta. There was a question, katham bhāhyam abhidatte, katham adhyatmam, how is it supporting the bhāhyam, that is adhidaiva and also adhyatma. That was the question of the third student. So in order to answer that question, the next mantra is starting. Because here we are seeing that the Atharva Veda Rishis, the uniqueness of Atharva Veda seems to be, so far as we observe, so far as we have seen in Mundakopanishad and also in Prashnopanishad, the speciality of these people is that their observation of the body-mind complex, their observation of what is inside, that is prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, etc., and the whole bodily complex, and how the adhibhuta means that is whatever is outside, is influencing this adhyatma. And what is the and devata, which is anugrahaka devata, that is what is the presiding deity at the adhidaiva level, what is it that is influencing this. So that is what is the analysis. So there is an observation of the body-mind complex in relation to the external universe, in relation to the divine aspect. So that has been the peculiarity or uniqueness of the Atharva Veda Upanishad. So now we are seeing this adhidaiva level, what is it that is influencing prana, adhidaiva level, what is it that is influencing udana, samana, vyana, etc. So that we are going to see. Let us read the mantra. आदित्यो ह वै बाह्यः प्राणः उदयत्येष ह्येनं चाक्षुषं प्राणमनुगृह्णानः अनुगृह्णानः पृथिव्यां या देवता सैषा पुरुषस्यापानमवष्टभ्य अवष्टभ्य अंतरायदाकाशः ससमानो वायुर्व्यानः. So it is talking about 3-4 different types of energies which are distributed in the body in the form of, under the name prana, apana, vyana, etc. So adityo havai bahyah pranaha. Bahyah, we are now talking about the bahya, the external. Adhyatma was described earlier. Bahya is that external at the level of adhidaiva. Adhidaiva means that divine level. What is the, we have seen that the whole Brahman is nothing but consciousness, and that consciousness is manifesting in so many forms. So at the divine level, means that is the consciousness which is associated with Aditya Mandala Vachinna Chaitanyam, let us say. That is what is Surya Devata. Aditya Mandala Vachinnam Chaitanyam is what can be called Surya Devata or Aditya. And that is the divine, at the divine level, he is influencing the Adhyatma, that is the Prana. Prana is, again we have seen that Prana is located in the face, Mukha Nasikabhyam, etc., etc. Chakshusrotre, Mukha Nasikabhyam. So that is what is influencing this. Adityo Havai Bahya Prana. Then Udayati Esha Hi. Esha means this particular Aditya. He, indeed, Udayati, Yenam Chakshusham Pranam Anugrunhanaha. Yenam Pranam. That divine level, that Aditya is there. Yenam means this Pranam. What is this Pranam? Adhyatmika Pranam. At the Adhyatmika level. Adhyatmikam Pranam, that is, where is it located? Chakshusham Pranam. It is there in the Chakshu. Chakshu is eye. It is there in the eye. Chakshusam Pranam Anugrunhanaha. Anugraha means he is blessing it. He is making it functional. He is enlivening it. He is enabling it to function. So Anugraha, we know the word called Anugraha Bhashanam. Suppose some Swamiji comes and gives some sort of blessing at the end. So Anugrunhana means you can literally take it as blessing. Blessing this particular energy which is in the eye. Blessing means making it functional, enabling it to function. So that is the meaning. Pranam Anugrunhanaha. Then Pruthivyam Ya Devata, that the Devata which is there, which is the, say, which can be called, what is it? Pruthivyavachinna Chaitanyam, let us say. Pruthivyavachinna Chaitanyam. So that particular Chaitanyam is the Devata. It is visualized as a Devata, which is blessing the another energy in the body. What is that? Apanam Avastabhya. This Pruthivyavachinna Devata, Anandagiri explains that it is Agni Devata. Ya Devata Prasiddha iti Agni Devata Pruthivyeva Yasya Ayatanam Agnir Lokaha iti Shrutehe Agni Sambandha. So that is what he says. So Pruthivyavachinna Chaitanyam is Agni Devata. So this Agni Devata Apanam Avastabhya, supporting the Apanam. Avastabhya means supporting. Apanam Avastabhya. Then Avastabhya Tishtati. That Tishtati is understood. There you have to break it. Prana is that Adityo Havai Pranaha, Chakshusham Prana Anugrunhanaha, to that extent Aditya. Then Pruthivyam Ya Devata Saisha Purushasya Apanam Avastabhya Tishtati is understood. Avastabhya, there it breaks. Then Antarayad Akasha Sasamanaha. Antarayad Akasha Sasamanam Anugrunhati. So that is Sasamanaha Adhyatmikam Samanam Anugrunhati. So that is what we have to fill up the gaps. Antara means in between. Antariksha, we say Antariksha is between the Bhuhu and Suvaha. Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha. We visualize three levels. Bhuhu is the earth, Suvaha is the divine level, Bhuvaha is this intermediate thing called Antariksha. So at that level, Antara, in that Bhuvaha level, Yad Akashaha, that particular Akasha, that place, is called Samana. It is called Samana. Then that is actually the Anugraha Devata for the Samana in the body. The Samana which distributes all this energy to all the levels. So that is what is that that particular Devata, Antariksha Devata is responsible for that. He is the Anugrahaka Devata for that. Then Vayuhu Vyanaha. Vayu. There is another Vayu. In addition to this, whatever Vayu is there in the intermediate space, general Vayu, that is what he says. Vayu is Yo Bhahyo Vayuhu. So that is what he says. Samanyena cha Yo Bhahyo Vayuhu, Shankaracharya is going to say. That is Vayu in general. That is the supporter for Vyana. Vayu in general is the supporter for that Vyana. Vyana is Shaktivat Karma Karta. That is what he said. Viryavat Karma Karta we read. That is for any strenuous action you need this Vayu. You need this Shakti. So let us see the Bhashyam. Adityo Havai Prasiddha Prasidho Hyadhidaivatam Bahyah Pranaha Sayesha Udayati Udgachati. Then Yeshahi Yenam Adhyatmikam Chakshushi Bhavam Chakshusham Pranam
येनम् आध्यात्मिकं चक्षुषि भवं
चाक्षुषं प्राणं प्रकाशेन अनुगृह्णानः रूपोपलब्धौ चक्षुषः आलोकं कुर्वन् इत्यर्थः. So this Adityavachannam Chaitanyam which is there, that is, you call it Devata. Adityo Havai Prasiddhaha, that is well known thing, or well known Aditya. He means surely or indeed, he is the Adhidaivatam at the divine level. Adhidaiva, you know, Adhi Atma is about Atma, Adhi relating to Atma, Adhi Atma means relating to Atma, self. Adhi Bhuta is relating to the Bhuta, Panchabhutas, external, physical, and Adhidaiva is at the divine level. So that is it. Adhidaivatam Bahyah Pranaha, that is the external prana. Sa yeshaha udayati, that is the thing which arises. Sun arises. Udayati udgachati. Yeshahi, this indeed is yenam pranam. Yesha yenam pranam anugrunhati. Yesha means this, yenam pranam means this pranam, anugrunhati means it blesses, it favors, it helps, enables, whatever it is. Yenam pranam. What is this yenam pranam? Adhyatmikam pranam. Adhyatmikam pranam is this prana shakti is which is there in the adhyatma, in the body. And where is it located? Chakshushi bhavam, chakshusham pranam. Chakshushi bhavam, whatever energy is there in the eye, that eye is being blessed by Aditya. How is it? Prakashena anugrunhanaha. By its own prakasha, by its own, let us say prakasha is eminence, shakti, whatever shakti, prakashena anugrunhati. Then he is explaining, Rupopalabdhau chakshushaha alokam kurvan. Rupopalabdhau. Rupasya upalabdhi. Rupopalabdhi. That is cognition of a particular rupa. Rupasya upalabdhau. In that cognition of rupa. In the cognition of that rupa. Chakshushaha alokam kurvan. It is helping that chakshu. It is alokam kurvan. You can say illumining the chakshu. Illumining the eye. Illumining that eye. It is helping that eye to cognize the rupa. So is it clear?
Yes.
Illumining the eye, it is helping that chakshusham pranam in say cognizing the objects. Then likewise we are coming to apana. Tatha pruthivyam abhimaniniya devata prasiddha.
Pruthivyam abhimaniniya devata prasiddha.
Saisha purushasya apanam apana vrittim avashtabhya akrushya.
Saisha purushasya apana vrittim avashtabhya akrushya.
Vashikritya. Adha eva apakarshana anugraham kurvati vartate ityarthaha. Not atha, adha.
Adha eva apakarshana anugraham kurvati vartate ityarthaha. Okay.
Then now we are coming to apana. Here is a very unexpected observation. This observation is about the gravity. So we all know, or rather we know from science, that it was Newton who first observed gravity. It is surprising that this is mentioned in Atharva, this Upanishad, Prashnopanishad, which is, and also it is explained in this Bhashya. Udayatyesha pranam anugrunhanaha. Of course, the mantra does not talk about gravity, but Shankara Bhashyam talks about gravity. So, mantra simply says, Prathivyam ya devata saisha purushasya pranam apanam avashtabhya. By supporting this apana, it is a rather neutral statement. But here Shankaracharya is explaining, Tatha, likewise, Pruthivyam abhimanini ya devata prasiddha. Whatever Prithivya abhimanini devata, that is Prithivya Chaitanyam, whatever it is. Then, and that is explained by, say, Anandagiri as Agni devata. We have seen that Agni, Aditya, and say in Kathopanishad also we have seen Bhur, Bhuva, Suvaha, those three levels, three types of fires. They correspond to these three, say Bhuhu, Bhuvaha, and Suvaha. So the same thing is shown here. So Prithivya Abhimanini ya devata prasiddha. Saisha is Sa Esha, the same Shakti, the same devata. Purushasya means Jivasya, of anybody, not only man but woman, for human, any being, living being. Apanam avashtabhya, apana vrittim avashtabhya. Every being has this vritti. The vritti means function. This function called apanam, exhalation. Whether it is a snake, we don't know whether mosquitoes breathe or not. But then all other beings we know, all beings, they do breathe. They inhale and exhale. Apanam avashtabhya. By supporting this thing, akrushya, avastabhyam is akrushya, by pulling it. And he is explaining it, vashikritya, by controlling it. Adha eva apakarshanena, adha apakarshanena. Adha means down. Apakarshana means pulling it, drawing it. Drawing it down, by pulling it down, apakarshanena, anugraham kurvati vartate ityarthaha. Anugraham kurvati, it is in fact blessing the human being by being apana vritti in that body. It is blessing the human being, not only human being, but every living being, by being the apana vritti in the body. And he is further explaining, anyatha hi shariram gurutvat patet
शरीरं गुरुत्वात् पतेत्
savakasheva udgachet.
सावकाशेव उद्गच्छेत्.
This sentence is to be clearly understood. Anyatha, otherwise, if it does not attract, if this bhumyavachinna devata does not attract the body, if it does not pull the body down, then what will happen? Anyatha hi shariram gurutvat patet. Because of this gurutva, because of this gravity or heaviness, shariram will fall down. Shariram will fall down. Or otherwise, savakashe, when that is not there, if that avakasha, if that pressure were not to be there, if that apana, say let us say pressure or pull, if that apana pull is not there, then savakasheva udgachet, it will fly away. It will fly away into the air. So this apana vritti is actually drawing it and pulling it, keeping the every living being on earth. Otherwise, the bodies will fly off. So that is what is the meaning. It is again a surprising observation which we have to see. So these two lines, Prithivyam Abhimaniniya Devata, what is this? Purushasya apanam avastabhya, by controlling this Purushasya apanam, akrushya vashikritya, having pulled it, akarshanam, akarshanam is to pull, attract. Then adha eva apakarshanena, adha eva apakarshanena means by drawing it down, by pulling it down, apakarshana. Apakarshana is a blessing. That is what it is. Apakarshana itself is an anugraham, blessing. Anugraham kurvati vartate ityarthaha. Anyatha hi, otherwise, shariram gurutvat patet, otherwise the body will fall down, or if that akarshana is not there, it will fly off. So that is it. Then, yadi udgachet. Yadetad antara madhye dyava prithivyoho.
यदेतद् अन्तरा मध्यौ द्यावा
Madhye dyava prithivyoho.
मध्ये द्यावा पृथिव्योः
Ya akashah.
य आकाशः
Tatsthaha vayuhu akasha uchyate.
तत्स्थः वायुः आकाश उच्यते
Manchasthavat.
मञ्चस्थवत्.
Okay. Of course, is there no full stop there?
After that, sasamanaha.
Okay, so samanaha is okay. Is also, you can put the full stop there also. Yat, yetad antara. Now we are coming to this antara. Antara is that antariksha. Antariksha is bhuhu, bhuvaha, suvaha. That bhuvaha, we are coming to that bhuvaha, that intermediate space. Yad etad antara. Between what? Madhye dyava prithivyoho. That is dyava prithivyoho madhye. That is in between this dyauhu and prithvi. Dyauh and Prithvi are called Dyava Prithvi. Dyava Prithivyoho. Between this Dyauh and Prithvi, between the heaven and Dyuloka and Bhuloka, that is Antariksha. Whatever Akasha, that Akasha space is there, Tatstho Vayuhu Akasha Uchyate. Tatsthaha Vayuhu. There, whatever air is there, that is denoted by the word Akasha. So here the simple meaning is the word Akasha means Vayu, not space. It means it is referring to Vayu. That is the overall meaning. Akasha does not mean space. Akasha is referring to Vayu, and he is giving an example. Manchasthavat. In grammar there is an expression called Mancha Kroshanti. Have you heard about it? You must be attending grammar. No. Mancha Kroshanti. Mancha is a platform. A platform, suppose you go to a meeting. Manche virajamanaha. You say Manche virajamanaha means people who are on the dais, on the stage, stage. That is the mancha. Mancha also means cot. In Telugu also we use the word mansam. And in the fields you use an expression called manche. Mancha is a elevated structure where a person sits there and then he keeps on driving away the birds which eat away the, say, corn. So he will be flinging some stones with a catapult. So like that is what is mancha. Mancha kroshanti means these platforms are crying. The literal meaning is these platforms are shouting, the platforms are crying. It is not the platform which cries, but the people on the platform which cry. Suppose you attend a meeting, and in that meeting it is such a lousy meeting that you get bored. Then you can use the word mancha kroshanti. So they cry something, they shout something and get away. So that is mancha kroshanti. So manchastavat. So he has not fully used that Panini's expression. Manchastavat means, manchastha means, mancha kroshanti means manchastha purusha kroshanti. That is the meaning. So figuratively, you have to take a figurative meaning there and not the literal meaning. So that is why this word akasha here means not exactly akasha but vayu. So that is it. And that is what is called sa samanaha. So is this line clear? Yadetad antara means madhye dyava prithivyoho. Dyava prithivyoho madhye yaha tishtati. That is akasha, that is vayu. Vayu, sa vayuhu akasha uchyate. That is vayu is denoted by the word akasha. The manchastavat, like example.
What is sasamana?
Sa samanaha. Sa, that vayu is samana.
Samana.
Saha samanaha. That particular vayu is samanaha. At what level? Adhidaivata level. Sa samanaha. Samanam anugruhnano vartate. Sa samanaha. Samanam. Yenam samanam anugruhnanaha. This particular adhidaivatam, adhyatmam is being blessed by that. Or rather, that particular adhidaivatam is blessing this adhyatmam. That is the meaning. That particular adhidaivata samana is blessing this adhyatma samana. Sa samanaha. Enam samanam anugruhnano vartate ityarthaha. You can supply one word called enam. Samanam anugruhnanaha vartate ityarthaha. That is blessing this particular samana. Then he is also further explaining samanasya antarakashasthatva
Samanasya antarakashasthatva
samanyat. So this samana is also parallel. There is some analogy. This samana vayu is supposed to be between this prana and apana, isn't it? Madhye tishtati, that is what we saw in an earlier mantra. Sama prana is somewhere in the head portion and apana is in the say rectum portion. So between these two is this particular samana, isn't it? Samano navi samsthitaha. So similarly, between Dyav and Prithvi, this samana is there. So that parallel also is there. That similarity is there. Samanasya antarakashasthatva. Antarakashasthatvam means it is existing in between these two. Existing antarakashasthatvam means it is existing in these two, between these two. So that is samanyat. Because of that similarity of existence between these two and similarity of samana in the body which exists between this prana and apana. So this samana is equated with this samana in the body. Adhidaiva samana is equated with this adhyatma samana in the body. So it only shows how very deeply they observed this human body. This Atharva Veda, no surprise that Atharva Veda is the origin for Ayurveda. Rigveda, okay, you come across Rigveda mantras where there's some this sukta, various different suktas are there. Yajurveda, there seems to be emphasis seems to be more on yajna, etc. Samaveda is more say emphasis on say some philosophical speculations. For example, we have seen Samaveda, that is Kenopanishad. Immediately the very first question goes into the epistemology and ontological questions relating to what is the perception, what is the reality, what is the real. So that level it is talking about. This Atharva Veda is starting from down below. Atharva Veda is starting from observation of the human body, observation of the whole universe, the relation between the body and the universe. So all this is being observed by Atharva Veda. So that is why I feel that, my own feeling, that this may be the reason why this Ayurveda has originated from this. This may be the reason why all the Raja Purohits, they were supposed to be experts in Atharva Veda. All these Raja Purohitas, the Raja Purohita is supposed to be an expert in Atharva Veda. And in any yajna, the Brahma is Atharva Vedi. In a yajna, Hota, Udgata, all those four people are there, isn't it? Hota, Udgata, Adhvaryu and Brahma. So that Hota, Udgata and Adhvaryu, they represent other Vedas. Whereas this Brahma, the person who is supervising all, he is supposed to be an Atharva Veda expert. Because he is supposed to know all the Abhicharika Prayogas and various other Prayogas, Mantra, Tantra, everything. Mantra, not only the philosophical aspect, but also the Tantra, he is supposed to know. So, Atharva Veda probably had a lot of importance during the time of our kings and all that. So if you read Raghuvamsha also, I told you the example of Raghuvamsha yesterday.
Yes.
Raghuvamsha, Vasishtha, when Dileepa goes to Vasishtha and reminds him, oh sir, you are an expert in Atharva Veda, you have not counseled me. If you do not counsel, who will counsel me? So something like that he pleads before him. So like that. Then Samanyena Chayo Bhakyo Vayuhu
सामान्येन च यो वाक्यो वायुः
Sa Vyapti Samanyad Vyanaha
स व्याप्ति सामान्यात् व्यानः
Vyanam Anugruhnano Vartate Ityabhiprayah.
व्यानम् अनुगृह्णानो वर्तते इत्यभिप्रायः.
That last word, Vayur Vyanaha, for that Vayur Vyanaha, this is the explanation. Vayuhu. What is this Vayu? Samanyena Chayo Bhakyo Vayuhu. We have talked about this Antariksha. Not only that Antariksha, but Samanyena, in general, whatever Vayu is there, all that is Vyapti Samanyat. What is the commonality between this Adhidaiva Vyana and Adhyatma Vyana? Adhidaiva Vyana is also pervading everywhere. Adhyatma Vyana also is pervading in every nerve. We have seen all those nerves and whatnot. 101 into 100 into 72,000 nerves. In all those things, Vyana Tisthati. That energy called Vyana is there in every nerve cell, let us say. In every nerve cell. So, Samanyena Chayo Bhakyo Vayuhu, whatever Bhakya Vayu is there, Sa Vyapti Samanyat, on the similarity or commonality of being pervading, of pervading all, Vyapti Samanyat, Vyanaha, it is called Vyana. That means, Vyanam Anugruhnano Vartate. It is actually blessing the Adhyatma Vyana in the body. One Vyana is blessing another Vyana. Adhidaiva Vyana is blessing the Adhyatma Vyana. So that is what we have to see. Vartate iti abhiprayaha. Then, next mantra. Tejoha va udanaha.
तेजोः वावुदानः
Tasmad upashanta tejaha.
तस्माद् उपशान्ततेजः
Punarbhavam indriyair manasi sampadyamanaihi.
पुनर्भवम् इन्द्रियैः मनसि सम्पद्यमानैः.
Okay, now we are coming to Udana. Udana, we have seen earlier that Udana is responsible for Utkramanam. Ut means up. Udana, that is Utkramanam, that is moving from one body to another. In the last class we saw that Punyena Punyam Lokam Nayati Papena Papam. So that is what we have seen. So what is the Adhidevata or Anugrahaka Devata, the supervising deity or superintending deity for this? That is Tejaha. Tejaha is here not exactly Surya. Of course, Surya is supposed to be common Teja for every, for all these things. Suryo, Adityo, Havai, Bhakya, Pranaha. That is the main thing. But still, Teja we are now referring to the heat, bodily heat. The general heat which is there. General heat which is there, Tejo Hava, Udanaha, that is the Udana. The external heat, the heat, temperature, whatever it is, that which is there, that is the Udana. Tasmad, therefore, Upashanta Tejaha. Upashanta Tejaha means a person whose tejas, whose bodily warmth has come down, has chilled down. Upashanta Tejaha refers to one person. Upashanta Tejaha, that is a person whose tejas or bodily heat has chilled down, who has become, at the time of death, temperature, the body temperature goes away. So that is, whose body temperature is chilled down, then he is a person who is on the deathbed. Punarbhavam sampadhyate. The words, one or two words you have to borrow. Punarbhavam apadhyate. Punarbhavam means rebirth. Punaha bhavam. Bhudhatu. Punarbhavam is punarjanma. Then how? Indriyaihi manasi sampadhyamanaihi. Manasi sampadhyamanaihi indriyai saha. Manasi, in the mind, sampadhyamanaihi means all coming and gathering in the mind. Manasi sampadhyamanaihi indriyai saha. That is, there is a process also which is described. At the time of death, it seems the walk is the thing which fails first. Then again something else fails. So it is all given here. What fails? So samanaha. Of course it is not given here. In some other place it is given in it. Chakshuradi anugraha devata sapranas chakshuhu. It is not here. I saw it in some other note. Okay, anyway, at the time of death, all these faculties, the five senses which we have, they slowly die one after the other. The first thing is said to be the walk. Second seems to be the sparsha. or like that. I don't remember the order, but there is an order which is mentioned. In that order, all these things they go. Where do they go? They get into the mind. Manasi sampadhyamanaihi. They all, because again this mind has to go to another body, isn't it? The mind, which is the lingatma, which is the linga sharira, has to take another body. So all these faculties called senses, these faculties are, they assemble, they gather, they collect. Like you are all going for a camp. So all the people, they gather in one place. Suppose you, all the people in the office, you are all going on a picnic. So if you are going on a picnic, all the people, they assemble at a place, they get into the bus, isn't it? So this is like that is the bus-like thing, this analogy of bus. So this manas is like that. Then manasi sampadhyamanaihi. All these people, they are collecting, gathering in the mind. That is the last stage. In that stage only they will go to another body. So punarbhavam indriyaihi manasi sampadhyamanaihi means manasi sampadhyamanaihi indriyaihi saha punarbhavam apadyate. So that is the overall sentence. Let us see the bhashyam. Is this line clear?
Yes.
Yad bhahyam havai prasiddham samanyam tejaha
यत् बाह्यं भवै प्रसिद्धं सामान्यं तेजः
tat sharire udanaha
तत् शरीरे उदानः
udanam vayum anugruhnati
उदायं वायुम् अनुगृह्णाति
svena prakashena ityabhiprayah.
स्वेन प्रकाशेन इत्यभिप्रायः.
So that bhahyam havai means that is well known, say external heat. Now of course one note also says aditya. You see, aditya, agni, akasha, vayu, tejo, rupi. So here Anandagiri is explaining one thing. These 5 ears in the body are supported by the 5 adhyatma, adhidaiva level, adhidaiva entities or adhidaiva agencies. These adhidaiva agencies, I will read out this line from Anandagiri. Aditya, agni, akasha, samanya vayu, tejo, rupi. Aditya is blessing one, Agni is blessing one, Akasha is blessing one, Samanya Vayu is blessing one, then Tejas is blessing one. So like the Tejo Rupi sun, this one prana only by dividing into so many things, one Prajapati dividing into so many things, and then sun, Bahyam Adhidaivam, that external thing which is Adhidaivam, Adhyatmikam dharayati ityuktam. Adhyatmikam dharayati. It supports. All these 5 things are respectively supported by these 5 adhidaiva agencies. So that is what he says. Then that is what we see here also. Yad bahyam havai prasiddham samanyam tejaha. That general, heat in general sense. Heat in general sense. Tat sharire udanam anugruhnati. Sharire udanaha, that is appearing in the form of udana in the body. That means udanam vayum anugruhnati. So it is blessing, it is enabling this udana vayu to function. So in the body, if we see, samana vayu has some function, distributing all the samana energy is having some function, that is distributing all what all we have eaten to various parts of the body. Vyana comes into action when we do some strenuous work. Then udana keeps up the temperature. So like this is an analysis. Udana, we do not know whether it is supported by science, or science of course cannot refute also unless it proves otherwise. Udanam vayum anugruhnati. That is blessed by udana. It blesses the udana in the body. Adhyatma udanam, adhidaiva udanam anugruhnati. Udanaha anugruhnati. Then how svena prakashena, by its own strength, by its own eminence. Svena prakashena. Prakasha is a general word. Prakasha, general word, we have to get a general translation also for that. Svena prakashena means by its own, eminence, by its own strength, we can say. But literally it means the external heat is responsible for this thing. Then yasmat tejasvabhavo bhahyas tejaha anugruhitaha.
यस्मात् तेजस्वभावो बाह्यतेजो अनुगृहीतः
बाह्यतेजो अनुगृहीतः उत्क्रांतिकर्ता तस्माद् यदा लौकिकः पुरुषः उपशान्ततेजः भवति उपशान्तं स्वाभाविकं तेजो यस्य सः तदा तं क्षीणायुषं मुमूर्षुं विद्यात्
तदा तं क्षीणांशं मुमूर्षुं विद्यात्.
Mumurshum vidyat. So this thing we can keep it in parenthesis. Okay. Yasyaha yasmat, because tejasvabhavo bahya tejo anugrihitaha tejasvabhavaha. So this udana is of the nature of heat. Udana is of the nature of bodily heat. Svena prakashena iti swakiyehi swakiya ushnyena iti vyavat. This Swamiji, who is this Swamiji? Mahamandaleshwara Vishnudevananda Giriji Maharaj of Kailas Ashram. This is the Tippani by this Swamiji, Mahamandaleshwara Swami Vishnudevananda Giriji Maharaj. So he writes in his Tippani, Svena Prakashena means Swakiya Ushnyena, he says. Swakiya Ushnyena, by its own heat. Because this heat aspect is something we have to remember here. So this Ushnena, where are we? Yasmat Tejasvabhavaha, because it is of the nature of heat. Then Bahya Tejo Anugrihitaha, it has been blessed by the external temperature or external Teja. Then it is the Utkranti Karta. These are all the adjectives for Udana. Utkranti Karta means it is the agency of rising up from the body. Utkramanam, it is the agency for rising up from the body. Tasmad, therefore, yada laukika purusha upashanta tejaha bhavati. Generally, any person, laukika purusha means any being in general, purusha upashanta tejaha bhavati. When the bodily heat is chilled down, then upashanta tejaha word, the word is being explained here. Upashantam tejaha yasya saha. Upashantam swabhavikam tejaha yasya saha. Swabhavikam means whatever is there already in the body. Upashantam abhavat. So upashantam tejaha yasya. One whose tejas is upashantam. One whose tejas has been chilled down. So that person is called upashanta tejaha. So tada, then what happens? Tam kshinayusham vidyat. Mumursham vidyat. So to that person, we know that he is kshinayushaha, whose lifespan is over. Shinaha ayuhu yasya. Shinayushaha. And so Shinayusham, Mumurshum is about to die. Mumurshu is about to die. Mumurshum vidyat. So vidyat means you know. Vidyat, people know. Vidyat, people, tam vidyat. Sa punarbhavam sharirantaram pratipadyate. So that pratipadyate is borrowed by Shankaracharya. Pratipadyate is adhyahara. Because sa punarbhavam, that punarbhavam pratipadyate is not there in the mantra. Punarbhavam indriyair manasi sampadyamanaihi. Punarbhavam pratipadyate. Pratipadyate means attains. Katham sahendriyaihi manasi sampadyamanaihi. Pravishadbhihi vagadibhihi. So all this vak etc. Vagadibhihi, pravishadbhihi, sampadyamanaihi. Sampad means actually coming together. Sampad, coming together, gather. Sampadyamanaihi means those who are gathering. Those who are gathering. Pravishadbhihi, the gathering. In other words, pravishadbhihi. Where are they entering? Pravishadbhihi means which are entering. Entering what? Manasi. Sahendriyaihi, along with all the indriya faculties. Along with all the indriya faculties, this karmendriya, body, jnanendriya, all these things, they are coming together and then joining in the manas. It is like you are packing up the whole thing. While packing up the whole thing, all things come into a bundle and then this bundle is carried up to some other place by this udana. This prana is again responsible for transporting, isn't it? Prana is the transporter. So the bundle is, this manas is the bundle. And in this bundle called manas, all these things are there. Karmendriya, pranendriya, jnanendriya, etc. All these things, they are collected in the mind. So mind is a sort of bundle into which, or rather luggage, into which it is all packed. And then this prana is supposed to take it to another body. So saha indriyaihi, indriyai saha, that means indriyai saha. The manasi sampadyamanaihi, pravishadbhihi vagadibhihi, all these karmendriya, jnanendriya, that is the linga sharira, isn't it? Yeah. Karmendriya, jnanendriya, manas, all these things is linga sharira. So then we see this in Gita also. Gita 15th adhyaya, gruhitvaitani sanyati vayur gandhani vashayat. That is 15th adhyaya. Yeah. Shariram yad avapnoti yachapyutkramati Ishvarah. The same Ishvarah means not Brahma as such. Ishvara is that same Hiranyagarbha prana. Yachapyutkramati gruhitva etani sanyati. Gruhitva etani samyati. He collects all these things and then moves from one place to another. He gives an example also. Vayur gandhani vashayat. Suppose there is a flower. From the flower, not exactly bud, the fragrance is taken away, is carried by the Vayu. Just as the Vayu carries the fragrance from the base of a flower, Ashaya, we don't know the correct translation. You take a flower, there are flower petals, and say the base of that flower, where that smell is there, all that smell is taken away by the Vayu. So like that, Vayur gandhani vashayat gruhitva etani sanyati. Etani means all these indriyani. Mamaivamso jivaloke jivabhuta sanatanaha manashasthani indriyani. The earlier mantra, earlier shloka talks about the indriyas. So when the prana leaves, then it is taking away all these things. It is taking away all these indriyas. So that is that is the line. Then the next mantra, is this mantra clear?
Yes, sir.
Then yachittasthenaisha pranamayati
Yachittasthenaisha pranamayati
pranastejasa yuktaha
pranastejasa yuktaha
sahatmana yatha sankalpitam lokam nayati.
sahatmana yatha sankalpitam lokam nayati.
Okay. Yachittaha tena yesha pranamayati. Purushaha yachittaha bhavati. You remember another thing from Gita Bhashyam. Gita, not Bhashyam, Gita. That is Antakalecha Mameva Smaran Muktva Kalebaram. So that is what we have seen in, I think, 8th Adhyaya. Antakalecha, at the time of death, Mameva Smaran, thinking of me, the one who leaves the body, he also attains some eminence, he says. He goes to some good lokas. So whatever is the Antya Bhavana, that is the final thought, the thought at the time of death. And this thought at the time of death cannot be something which can be, say, faked. It cannot be faked. It cannot be suddenly, you can't produce some CD and then say Narayana, Narayana. You can't say. It has to come to him naturally. And that will come to him only by a long time of accumulation of vasanas. If the proper samskara is there, samskara we know. Samskara are the latent impressions, the predispositions which are there, these vasanas which are the predispositions which enable a man to think in a particular way. A person thinks in a particular way by virtue of the predispositions which are already there in the body, the samskaras which are already there in the mind, not body, in the mind. So we are now talking about that. Yachittaha. Yachittaha means whatever is the say frame of mind at that time. Whatever is the frame of mind at that time. Tena, by that frame of mind, Yeshaha, this particular jiva, Pranamayati, he enters into prana. Whatever is the frame of mind, with that frame of mind he enters into prana. And then Pranaha Tejasa Yuktaha, Pranaha, then this prana, Tejasa Yuktaha, that is by that Udana Vritti. We are now referring to Tejas. Tejas, just in the earlier mantra we have seen Udana. Tejasa Yuktaha, that is by associated with that Udana. In association with that Udana, then Saha Atmana, that means Atmana Saha. Which Atma? Jivatmana Saha. Atmana Saha. Yatha Sankalpitam Lokam Nayati. Whatever destined loka is there, Yatha Sankalpitam. Whatever Sankalpa means desire. Whatever loka that is desired, that loka he Nayati leads. It is not as though a sinner desires some Punya loka. He will not go to that. Yatha Sankalpitam means whatever is destined, that is how we have to take it. Because Shankaracharya is clarifying it. Yatha Sankalpitam means it is not as though last minute he says, having done all sins all through his life, last minute he says, I have to go to heaven or Brahmaloka. It will not happen. Yatha Sankalpitam, Shankaracharya is also going to say, Punya Papa Karma Vashat, he is going to say substitute a word. Yatha Sankalpitam Lokam Nayati means it leads to that loka as desired by that PM person in that last thought, Yachittaha, in that last frame of mind. If he is in a proper frame of mind, it is a very, very spiritual, with a man with great spiritual discipline, etc., he goes to a better place. So then lokam naiti. Let us see the bhashyam. Maranakale yachitto bhavati
मरणकाले यच्चित्तो भवति
tena yeshaha jivaha
तेन एषः जीवः
chittena sankalpena
चित्तेन संकल्पेन
indriyai saha
इन्द्रियैः सह
pranam mukhyam pranavrittim ayati.
प्राणं मुख्यप्राणवृत्तिम् आयाति.
Okay. Maranakale yachittah bhavati. At the time of death, whatever is that frame of mind, whatever is the type of mind, yachittah bhavati, whatever he has in his mind, tena, by that, tena means tena, yeshaha, tena isha. Yesha is this one. Who is this one? Jivaha. Then chittena, yachittah tena chittena, sankalpena. Chitta also means sankalpa. Chitta basically he is having a particular sankalpa, going to a particular world, something like that. Sankalpena indriyai saha, along with this indriyaihi pranam mukhyam pranavrittim ayati. All other indriyas, they are all collected in this mukhya pranavrittim ayati, which means that all other things have become weak. All other indriyas have become weak. They have all collected in the mind. Mukhya pranavritti alone is functional. All other pranavrittis have dropped down. Apana, of course, is functioning. Then other things like the other subsidiary prana, not I am talking about the not main chief prana, but other pranavritti which is in the chakshu, then vyanavritti which is in the body, samanavritti, etc. All these things, they become weak. And then they all collect in the mukhya prana. They are all settled in the mukhya prana. So saha pranam, that is mukhya prana vrittim ayati. They are all, because they are all weakened. So this particular jiva enters the mukhya prana. Pranam ayati means he enters the mukhya prana. Then maranakale kshinendriya vrittis san, your book says something else. Vrittis san mukhyaya pranavrittya eva avatishthate ityarthaha. So all other pranavrittis have gone, prana, apana, vyana, etc. have gone. Mukhya pranavritti alone is there. So maranakale kshinendriya vrittis san, by having become kshinendriya vrittihi, a person whose indriya vritti has decayed, has become kshina. Kshina means it has disappeared. So such person mukhyaya pranavrittya eva avatishthate. He stays only with this mukhya pranavritti. So this mukhya pranavritti alone is there. That mukhya pranavritti does not go because it has to take away the baggage. So it will not go, it carries the baggage. So it is waiting to carry the baggage. Mukhya pranavrittya avatishthate ityarthaha. Then tadahi vadanti jnatayah uchvasiti jivati iti. So at that time people say, oh, this man is still breathing. Tadahi, at that time only, vadanti jnatayah. Jnatayah means all the relatives who gather around him. They say, oh, here I am uchvasiti, I am nishvasiti, jivati. Oh, he is still alive, he is still breathing. So that is what people say. At the time of death, people who watch him, that is what they say. Then sacha pranaha tejasa udana vrittya yuktas san saha atmana swamina bhoktra स एवं उदान वृत्त्यैव युक्तः प्राणः तं भोक्तारं पुण्यपापकर्मवशाद् यथा संकल्पितं यथाभिप्रेतं लोकं नयति प्रापयति. Okay, such a prana, and that prana, we are talking about the main prana alone, all other faculties have gone. Such a prana tejasa yuktaha, that is the line we have seen. Such a prana tejasa yuktaha. What is that tejas? Udana vritti. That udana vritti alone is there, because that udana vritti, its function is to rise from the body. Udana vrittya yuktaha, yukta san, by being associated with that udana vritti. Then saha atmana, along with this atma. And atma, what is atma? He is explaining. Swamina bhoktra. He is the swami. Swami means he is the boss. He is the swam. Swam means one's own property. Swami is one who has that property. Swami, we say. Swam means some property. Swami, he is the property owner. So swamina saha. Property of what? What is this property here? This indriya, manas, etc. This bundle is the swam. Then bhoktra, he is the bhokta. Bhoktra is Tritiya Vibhakti. So bhokta, who is the bhokta? Bhokta is the same jiva. Jiva is the bhokta. So this bhokta, the bhogam here is over. He has to go to some other place for bhogam. So bhoktra, sa evam udana vrityaiva yuktah pranaha, sa evam udana vrityaya yuktah eva pranaha. That is, this prana which is associated only with udana vritti, all other vrittis have gone. Such prana, tam bhoktaram, again this dvitiya, tam bhoktaram, he leads this bhokta, where punya papa karma vashat, by virtue of his punyam and papam, by virtue of his meritorious deeds or ignoble deeds, yatha sankalpitam lokam nayati. Yatha sankalpitam is yatha abhipretam lokam. Whatever loka is meted out to him, meted out, M-E-T-E-D, meted out to him as per his punya and papa. Whatever loka is meted out to him as per his punya and papa, that particular lokam prati nayati. Lokam prati nayati prapayati. Prapayati means it leads him there, it conducts him there, prapayati. Then, now we are coming to the end of this thing. Ya evam vidvan pranam veda,
ya evam vidvan pranam veda,
nahasya praja hiyate,
nahasya praja hiyate,
amruto bhavati tadesha shlokaha.
amruto bhavati tadesha shlokaha.
Now he is explaining the phalashruti, let us say. He is giving the phalashruti. What is the shruti? What is the result of this pranopasana? We are now talking, all this is about pranopasana only. What is this upasana? Upasana is actually understanding the human nature in relation to the external world. Whatever upasana we have seen in the Upanishads is, we know that upasanas are of three types. One is pratikopasana. Pratikopasana means you keep an idol before you, shalagrame Vishnu buddhihi, and then you say, okay, or you keep some Ganesha or Anjaneya, and then you do upasana, and then you visualize that God in your mind, and then you seek some boons, blessings, etc. That is pratikopasana. That is in a state of duality. Then there is another thing called, what is this? Karmanga avabadha upasana. Karmanga avabadha upasana. That is, as part of a karma, it is almost embedded in that karma. That upasana is embedded in that karma. Whatever daily puja you do is that karmanga avabadha upasana. It is simplest example is your daily puja. You do this Rudram, you recite Rudram every day. You recite Purusha Suktam every day. And suppose you do some puja, you worship the god, put some flowers, put some sandal paste and all those things. But then you don't know the meaning of this. Then obviously that meaning is lost. We are glossing over it. But if you see that thing, that is nothing but upasana. If you see Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha, Sahasra Shirsha Purushaha means you are referring to that Virat whose faces we see all around. So if you go to the railway station or if you go to some place, we see all these thousands and thousands of heads. There you have to recite Purusha Suktam if you have to feel Purusha Suktam. If you have to really feel Purusha Suktam, you recite in a railway station and recollect the meaning. Oh, all these things are Virat Purusha's heads. so that is Purusha Sukta. And all the whole Purusha Sukta. Then again Rudram. Rudram again is an example of that Sarvatma Bhava. It refers to all the people and then refers that is Sarvatma Bhava. So that is Karmanga Vabadha Upasana. That is some Upasana which is there joined with or conjoined, it is there conjointly with a karma. Karmanga Avabadha. It is something which is embedded. It is conjointly there. Then the other upasana, other upasana is Ahamgrahopasana. I am that. So here we see that it is something like an Ahamgrahopasana. This Ahamgrahopasana is again, this Swamiji is pointing out. The same Swami, Vishnu Devananda Giriji Maharaj of Kailas Ashram, he is pointing out Pranam Veda iti Aham Grahena ityavadheyam. The Swamiji is pointing out. So this is an Ahamgrahopasana which we are seeing. So we are seeing what all we have seen here is right from Prashna 1 to Prashna 3 is Upasana only. And now we are coming to Ahamgrahopasana, to the level of Ahamgrahopasana. How we are seeing the body. The Upanishad has examined the body. The Upanishad, the Rishi has told about whatever Pranam and Rai, initially those two entities he said. Then prana, about prana, the importance of prana he said. And then again he said how this prana is distributed in the body and all that. And how this prana is there outside, say, in this world. And also at the adhidaiva level, at the divine level, what are those things which are blessing, or rather which are enabling this thing. So the whole body, mind complex, which is the microcosm, is totally influenced by that adhidaiva. So we are seeing that similarity, we are seeing that commonness, oneness between oneness among all these things. So that is how you realize that you are not this tiny body-mind complex, but you are nothing other than that prana. That is what is aham grahopasana. I am the same prana. So that is what is the meaning here. Yayevam vidwan, the one who knows this. Yayevam vidwan, this word we very frequently see. Yayevam veda, yayevam vidwan. So yayevam vidwan pranam veda, one who knows this pranam. Veda means upaste, one who does this pranopasana. Knowing means upasana here. Veda ya upaste. Na ha asya praja hiyate. For such gentlemen, there are two phalams which are being told. Ahika phalam and amushmika phalam. Ahika is in this world, amushmika is in the next world. Ahika phalam is nahasya prajahiyate. His family line is never terminated. His family line goes unchecked and rather unhindered. It goes on like that. Amruto bhavati. This is the amushmika. Amruto bhavati. He goes to a higher world. Amruto bhavati tadesha shloka. That is, he attains that hiranyagarbha loka, which is again the step for, which is a krama mukti, step for krama mukti, isn't it? Yeah. So hiyate amruto bhavati. Amruta is not the absolute amruta, but relative amruta. Then let us see the bhashyam. Yah kaschidevam vidvan yathokta visheshanaihi visishtam utpatyadibhihi उत्पत्त्यादिभिः प्राणं वेद जानाति तस्य इदं फलं ऐहिकामुष्मिकं च उच्यते. So that ya evam Veda is explaining. Ya evam. Ya is yah kashid. Evam. In this manner, vidwan, knowing what? Yathokta visheshanaihi visishtam utpatyadibhihi pranam. Yathokta visheshanaihi Visishtam Pranam. That is the connection. Yathokta Visheshanaihi Visishtam Pranam. The prana which has been described in this particular manner. How Utpatyadivihi, that is, Utpatti has been told, how it is distributed has been told, all those details have been told. So, Evam Vidwan Yathokta Visheshanaihi Visishtam Pranam. That is the connection. So, that Pranam. Veda means Janati. Janati means Upaste, one who does Upasana of that. Upasana is meditating on that, meditating on the reality of it. Then Tasya, of that person, Idam Phalam, this particular fruit, this particular result, Aihikam Amushmikam Cha, both in this world and also in the other world, Uchyate, it is being told. Nahasya Naivasya Vidushaha Praja Putrapautradi Lakshana Hiyate Chidyate. Any difference? Praja, it is taken here as a singular. Nahasya Vidusha Praja Putrapautradi Lakshana. That is that particular line, family line. Na hiyate, na chidyate, it does not break, it does not get terminated. So that in that sense. So for that vidwan, vidushaha is shashti ekvachanam. For that vidwan, praja, this particular line, family line, putra pautra dilashana, that never breaks. Then patitecha sharire, prana sayujyataya amrutaha amarana dharma bhavati. तदेतस्मिन् श्लोके तदेतस्मिन् अर्थे संक्षेपाभिधायक एष श्लोको मंत्रो भवति. तदेतस्मिन् अर्थे संक्षेपाभिधायकः मंत्रो भवति. Okay. Patite च शरीरे, when the body falls, that is when that life span is over, prana sayujyataya Amurto bhavati, he says, isn't it? Yeah. Then he is getting prana sayujyam. Then prana is hiranyagarbha. Prana is hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha sayujyam. We know the words like sayujya, salokya, samepya, etc. Sayujyam means he is there in that loka. Saha yujyate. Tena saha yujyate. With him he gets united. So prana sayujyataya, that Hiranyagarbha sayujyataya, that is he goes to Hiranyagarbha loka. Then amarana dharma amrutaha bhavati, amarana dharma bhavati. So he is there in that amarana, that loka. He does not come back. We have seen in the Gita, one is Devayana and one Pitruyana. So he is not in that Pitruyana, but he is in this Devayana, because he is somebody who is doing some sort of Nishkama Upasana. It is not Kamya Upasana, it is Nishkama Upasana, and that too Hiranyagarbha Upasana. So that means he is reaching that thing. Tad means etasmin arthe, tad esha shloko bhavati. We have seen that line. Tad means tasmin arthe. In that sense, samkshepa abhidhayakaha, that is a shloka which is going to tell you the summary. In summary, in sum means in a gist, in a sort of samkshepa. In sum, esha shlokaha mantraha bhavati. This particular mantra exists. We will continue in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.